Welcome to All In News. On the surface, acting seems like an easy, glamorous job. While it may not be as physically demanding as other professions, many actors have spoken about the harm certain roles have done to their mental health. Stepping into Elsa's shoes for weeks or even years can leave a lasting impact on your mind. If you take 5 seconds to subscribe to my channel before starting the video, you will support me and keep the videos coming. Thank you. Here are actors who've talked about the mental toll of pretending to be somebody else for a living. While preparing to play Killmonger in Black Panther, Michael B. Jordan spent a lot of time alone. He continued to isolate himself during filming and didn't have an escape plan. After wrapping, being in that kind of mind state, it caught up with and he sought therapy. On Oprah's Super Soul Conversations, he said, "It was a little tough for me at first, readjusting to people caring about me, getting that love that I shut out. I shut out love, I didn't want love. I wanted to be in this lonely place as long as I could." Your mind is so powerful. Your mind will get your body past a threshold that it would have given up on way before. Honestly, therapy, just talking to somebody just helped me out a lot. As a man, you get a lot of slack for it. I don't really subscribe to that. Everyone needs to unpack and talk. Playing Howard Hughes, who experienced OCD, in The Aviator exacerbated Leonardo Dicaprio's own symptoms of OCD. He told The Telegraph, "I can talk myself through it, you know," whereas Howard Hughes couldn't do that. "During filming, I let it all go, and I never listened to the other voice. I let myself do it because I wanted that to come out. I was trying to be the character. It became real bothersome, even after the filming." While playing Tonya Harding in Tonya, Margot Robbie found it emotionally traumatic to put in the mindset of someone who's in an abusive relationship. She told The Hollywood Reporter, "It was a character that definitely scared me. And I couldn't understand why she was doing and saying the things she was doing and saying, but I wanted to, and any time that happens in a script, that's a character I really want to play." Zendaya was always a bit scared to film certain episodes of Euphoria Season 2. She didn't want to see Rue like that, or have to go through that because your body is a person, it doesn't know that what you're doing is not real. She told Elle Australia, "My brain can say, okay, I'm pretending, but when I'm doing it, my body and my heart don't know that it's not real." It can be exhausting in that way, and it can make you feel bad because she says and does things that I don't want her to do and say, but here I am. After starring as Danny Sullivan in the psychological thriller The Crowded Room, Tom Holland decided to take a year off from acting as a result of how difficult this show was. He told Extra, "I'm no stranger to hard work. I've always sort of lived by this idea that hard work is good work. I really enjoyed it, but then again, the show did break me. There did come a time where I was sort of like, I need to have a break. I disappeared. I went to Mexico for a week and had some time on a beach." Undergoing an extreme physical transformation for a role can also contribute to adverse mental health effects. After losing a significant amount of weight for Joker, Joaquin Phoenix said that "you really develop like a disorder." He told AP, "Once you reach the target weight, everything changes. Like so much of what's difficult is waking up every day and being obsessed over like 0.3 pounds. While playing Grace Fraser in The Undoing, Nicole Kidman went down for a week because your immune system doesn't know the difference between acting and truth when you're doing this. On the WTF with Mark Maron podcast, she said, "Suddenly I was in this place where there was sort of a disquietness to my personality, where I was uneasy and there was duress on who I was. I actually got really sick, and I think this is a big thing that happens to actors." After filming Marion Crane's famous shower death scene in Psycho, Janet Leigh stopped taking showers and she could only take baths. She told Woman's World, And when I'm someplace where I can only take a bath, I make sure the doors and windows of the house are locked. I also leave the bathroom door open and shower curtain open. I'm always facing the door, watching, no matter where the shower head is. A few years into filming Stranger Things, Finn Wolfhard began having panic attacks, but he did not talk about anything, because he just was having this crazy whirlwind career, so there was no time, or at least didn't feel there was, at the time. He told GQ, everyone was like, look at him, he's fine. He's having the best time. But in reality, I was probably also developing and things were happening in my brain and anxieties were forming and things that I didn't realize that I had to bury because of how I had to feel at work. And finally, while preparing to play Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Will Poulter really appreciated that Marvel prioritized mental health throughout the process. He told The Cut, I was concerned about how it might affect me when I was really hungry or tired or stressed. Previously, he told The Independent, the most important thing is that your mental and physical health has to be number one, and the aesthetic goals have to be secondary, otherwise you end up promoting something that is unhealthy and unrealistic if you don't have the financial backing of a studio paying for your meals and training. I'm in a very privileged position in that respect, and I wouldn't recommend anyone do what I did to get ready for that job. The virality of his physical transformation for Eternals made Kumail Nanjiani feel powerful at first, but pretty quickly after that, it felt reductive, it felt naked, it felt vulnerable. The film also brought a lot of those issues he had around food up to the surface. He told NPR, I realized after that I thought about food in a specific kind of way that I needed to explore and revisit. Preparing to play Steve in Chippendales actually did a lot of that work for me. I realized that I had been so rigid with food and used it in so many unhealthy ways, and then forcing myself to eat unhealthy amounts of unhealthy food in a way got me out of that trap. It's still work to do, but it was freeing for months to just eat whatever I wanted, to eat as much as I wanted. It sort of freed me from some of the ways that I've been thinking about food. To Bill Skarsgård, playing Pennywise in it felt like being in a very destructive relationship. After filming was over, he started having very strange and vivid Pennywise dream. He told Entertainment Weekly, after we wrapped, I was in my childhood home in Sweden, sitting having coffee with my mom at our kitchen table, and realized, oh, holy shit, I don't have to deal with this relationship anymore. It was a very quick shift of just feeling better, like, oh my god, I'm relieved that I don't have to deal with the darkness of the character. I likened it to an exorcism, him exiting my body and getting rid of the Pennywise toxins. See you! Don't forget to subscribe.